Hello, all you amazing healers. Welcome back. Today, I want to talk to you about client success strategies. The last two times I talked about how to create some structure in your sessions and how to create a decision tree to help you and your clients decide what to do next and what needs to be worked on next. So today I'm going to talk about client success strategies, so stay tuned to hear more. After interviewing hundreds of amazing healers like you on my podcast, I discovered their biggest challenges include not knowing where to get started to build their healing practice, build their practice so they can attract a stable income to support themselves, and that their advertising efforts seem like a waste of time and money. I had these same frustrations during my 30-year healing history. When I finally retired as a physics professor, I needed to replace my six-figure salary fast. As a highly sensitive introvert, I couldn't use typical sales techniques. Instead, I developed a 3-step system that replaced my income within 5 months. I've helped others develop their successful healing businesses with this system, and I can help you too. I'm Dr. Anastasia Chopelas. Listen in to discover more. Welcome back. I'm so happy you're here today. So what I mean by client success strategies is that you and your client will feel more successful, because when you're feeling successful together, more can get accomplished, right? So, for example, one of the things that I try to do as often as possible is to encourage my clients to participate in their own healing, because every step that they do towards health and healing, whatever it is, whether it is their physical health, whether it's their emotional health, whether it is their success, their financial health, and also their relationship health, all of these things, every time you take a step forward in the positive direction, the closer they get to their goals. So what I do is I ask them to keep up their daily energy hygiene, however that looks. That is usually a morning routine, right? So I have several things that I do for myself and I tell them about it. I also enroll them into what I call an orientation package, so they have things to read, things to watch, and things to do to help them with their energy hygiene. And included in that is like a healing audio, which does their energy hygiene for them passively for about 10 minutes, right? I also help them rest. I teach them a few yoga routines that's very helpful for stretching and get the energy running along their meridians, and also taking some deep breaths, right? And I tell them that the more they do this, the faster their results will come and the sooner they can do without me, because the end goal is for them to not have to need me anymore, right? And then the next thing that I do is, depending on what they want to create, I usually ask my guides or I wait for a download to tell me what a good process is to help them achieve that. And I usually talk about it with my client by asking questions back and forth, because my goal is for them to be successful the fastest, right? And as I mentioned, I let them know that each positive step towards healing will help them align with success, right? Because the more you do the yes state in your body, right? Meaning that the more you do the positive steps, the faster your body will go, oh, this is the direction I need to go, right? And then there are some other success strategies that I use, and that is at the end of each session, what I do in the closing, and also at the end of the package. Let's say it's either a five session package, a 13 session package, which is 3 months. 5 is a single month. And so let's talk about that. At the end of each session, of course, in the beginning of each session, I ask how they're doing, what's going on, what it is they would like to achieve during this particular session, if they have a goal. And I usually do a reading and explain to them what to do, right? And at the end of the session, I listen to how they're sounding, and I ask what they're feeling both emotionally and physically, right? I just had a session with a young man today, and I asked him how he was feeling, and he said he was feeling lighter and brighter, which is exactly in the direction that he in particular needed to go. And I also note down issues at the beginning and at the end of each session. So I have a spreadsheet system where I create a new page in the spreadsheet for each session, and that way I copy it so I know what they read last time, and then as I do the new readings I overlay them on the top, and I can see how things have changed from the last time. And and I also note down what I'm to do the next session. Like, I will then ask again if that's what's needed, right? And that way, in the course of the conversation, I find out either how unhappy or how their relationships are running, and how they're indecisive and how bad they're feeling. And then I note at the end of each session what's changed. And then at the end of the whole program, I will reflect back to them. When you came to me, this is what was happening. And right now, this is what's happening. And the reason why I do that is that it's just like aging, right? You get up every day in the mirror and you see yourself, you comb your hair, you do your morning hygiene, whatever that is, washing your face, taking a shower, whatever it is for you, and you don't see much of a difference. But then if you have a picture of yourself from 10 years ago to now, you can actually see the differences, right? You might have been a little thinner, you might have had a few less lines, whatever is going on with you, you'll see that difference. And that's just the same thing that healing. Healing is gradual, right? Because you're changing the energy all at once, but then the body takes a while to catch up, right? And as you note their improvements, they will remark, they will remember, because a lot of times you forget, they'll remember. And this is also, when it's successful, the time to ask for referrals. Usually when they give me 3 paying clients, I do their sessions for free, right? And this has happened a number of times. The clients are happy, and of course, referring their friends and their acquaintances to me has been very helpful. For example, one free session, right? You never know what's going to come from a free session. One free session has generated tens of thousands of dollars of referrals for me, right? And this is how it happens. And then towards the end of the package, let's say you've got a package of 13 sessions, right? Towards the end of the package, like when there's only 3 sessions left, I tell them there's 3 sessions left in the package. And then the next time I'll just say, just to remind you, you only have 2 sessions left. And then on the last session, we do kind of a review of what's happened and whether they need to go any further with you in a full package, or whether you can suggest and quote a maintenance program. So maintenance programs are really, really awesome, because that means that they don't have to think about it. They just come to you once a month, every other month, or every 3rd month, and you can help them stay on track. That way they never have to get really sick again, or as sick or as miserable as they were in the first place. And by having that reminder coming up, often enough, they will remember to keep doing what it is that they're supposed to be doing, whether it's a dietary or an exercise change, or whether it's meditation and relaxation and getting more rest. You will be there to remind them to do that. And I quote, my most popular and most effective maintenance program is once a month for half an hour, right? And included in these maintenance packages is like things like, text. If they're having a miserable time, they text me. I help them remotely at that point and report back what I found. So this has been really, really helpful for them. And there are some clients that I've been seeing on maintenance programs for a very long time, and they've never really gotten sick again. So that's really helpful for them. And I grandfather them in, so if I have somebody from 10 years ago, they're still paying 10 years ago prices. If they stop and start again, I raise them a little bit just to encourage them to stay in the program. And likewise, I always schedule it on, let's say, the second Tuesday at 11 a.m. every month. And that way they know when it is. And the day before, I remind them that it's on that date and we're good to go. So I hope that was helpful. So just to reiterate, at the client's strategies is get them involved, help them create what it is they want to create, make suggestions. And lastly, let them know that each positive step towards healing will help create that alignment with success. So getting them to participate helps you feel more successful, helps them feel more successful. And then last, towards the end of each package or each session, you kind of review for them to make them more aware of how much they've changed in a very short amount of time, and also help propose how they can stay in the loop and keep on and keep whatever it is that you've been doing on track for them, right? And of course, the end goal is to get them as independent of you as possible. And just as a reminder, even if they don't take a maintenance package, they will still come back over and over. I have worked with an entire family and they have referred me other people. And it has been very helpful, and they're very appreciative of everything that I've done for each member of the family, and they feel really happy that I'm here to help them out whenever they need it. So you don't have to have that maintenance program going. They just know that you're there and that you're there to support them. So I hope that was helpful today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. If you found this message helpful, please subscribe to this channel, give me a thumbs up or a 5-star rating, and share it with your friends. To discover more about the 3-step system for attracting a generous income as a healer or intuitive coach, sign up for free at www.highpaidhealers.com. I look forward to seeing you there and in the next video.